sorry, but I did enjoy this book a lot. I remember some bits and pieces of it and what I felt as I read it, and I did really enjoy this book. And yeah, Mark Lawrence Book of Answers, I'll probably reread this and like just remember what happened and like get into it. So it's so fast paced. There's a lot of things going on. We're following our characters in 3 different timelines. We're following how they came to be actual nuns, what happened during their tests around, and the political times and the political things happening during those times, during those very pivotal moments. And I love our characters. I loved following them and seeing them evolve and change and discover and come into who they are. The next book that I finished is MIddlegame by Shannon McGuire. This is another book that I have been wanting to read for quite a bit, because I finished her Wayward Children series, which I think is her only book series, I want to say, before this one. Well, this is a standalone. This is a fantasy adult book, and we're following a pair of twins, Roger and Dodger, and they are not exactly human. They're sort of experiments, and Roger is someone who's really good and skilled with words and written language, and Dodger, the girl, she is very good with numbers. She's really good at math, and she, sees patterns and equations and stuff everywhere. And they actually grew up separately, but they can like talk to each other in their heads, which they've discovered. Not really, like they live pretty much far from each other, like in 2 different like ends of the United States, pretty much. So they're pawns / weapons for these people, part of this like society of alchemists, and their main like goal is to achieve the impossible kingdom. I think that's what it's called. And they've been trying to manifest these weapons for years, but they haven't been very successful to it until they had Dodger and Roger. And it's their story and the politics around like the alchemy society, and how their world, Roger and Dodger's worlds, have been manipulated and intervened by these people who are pretty much controlling them in their lives to achieve this like immortality / impossible kingdom they've been wanting to attain. So I really enjoyed this book. It took a while for me to read this book because I was in a slump, but I really did enjoy this book. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. I will definitely be rereading this book. It's so good. It's so complex, and this is pretty long. I think this has 528 pages, and the characters and the nuances and just the whole like magic system is so interesting and compelling. But in that sense, the main focus of this book is Roger and Dodger, although we definitely get into the magic and the alchemy of this world. In essence, we really are just following Roger and Dodger and their lives, and how their lives have intertwined throughout the years, and who they are, what they can do, what they're capable of, and how they're going to pretty much fight off these people who want to control their lives, because obviously they have their own choices and their own passions and desires, and they don't want to be pawns in this whole thing, and they just want to do what they want to do and be together as twins. So it's really good. It's really, really, really good. Right now, because I don't really remember much of like my reading experience, it's a haze to me. I'm really sorry, but I definitely recommend this book. It's really, really good. 5 out of 5 stars. Will we read again? I really loved Roger and Dodger. I have this one quote from this book that I wrote down, and it's describing this weather, which is my perfect weather, which is where it's a little cloudy with maybe a hint of rain. It's gonna come. It's the perfect weather, and it is. It says it's the perfect weather. Yes, it is. I agree, and I wrote it down. Shannon McGuire's writing just really takes you into this world. Again, it's very atmospheric. There it is. It's very atmospheric. It pulls you in, and you're really invested in Roger and Dodger and how they're going to defeat these people, and how they will kind of live knowing that they're experiments and they have these abilities that's like who they are, but also not just who they are. So yeah, it's a really good story. Just read it. It's worth the hype. So the last book that I read is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. At the time I read this, I realized, yeah, I needed to pick up something that I will read really fast and might get me out of the reading slump. And it sort of did. It sort of did. I'm still kind of getting out of the slump, but this has definitely helped me. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. Here in the story, we're following Nimona. She is a sidekick and supervillain to the supervillain Lord Blackheart, and she's actually like an unwanted sidekick. So just wanted to be a sidekick for this really famous, well-known villain, and it's a lot gorier than I expected. I didn't expect Nimona to be very willing and able to kill people, but I really did enjoy her friendship and her relationship that she has formed with Lord Blackheart, who really didn't want her to be his sidekick. And pretty much, it's not just a black and white Lord Blackheart is a villain and he just wants to wreak havoc. It's not, and it's very interesting to see that. And I just really loved the relationship that they formed, the family that they have, and the relationship between pretty much the hero of the story, which is Sir Ambrosius Golden Lion, and our villain, Lord Blackheart. So I really enjoyed this book. So much fun. I should read more graphic novels, to be honest, because they're fast, but they're also so much fun and interesting to read. And I really enjoyed this book. So those are all the books that I read for the month of August. I have a few things that I am in the middle of reading. I have Serious Moonlight, I have Lutz, and I have, well, I'm still trying to read Walk Away by Cory Doctorow, which I probably won't be reading anytime soon with the slump and all that. But yeah, those are all the books that I read for this month. I'm really sorry for like a super short, weird video where I tried to like remember the books that I read, but for the most part, the 3 books that I read are really, really, really good. Like 2 are 5 stars and 1 is a 4-star. So I think, you know, it's a really good reading month. Just a really busy, weird month for me. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I will be filming my September TBR soon. With Labor Day, it's going to be a lot. I would have more time. I will definitely have time to film that in the middle of the week. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I promise next month is going to be a lot better. Definitely will be remembering the books that I read, hopefully. But yeah, also the reading vlog. Again, because it has been like a really weird, busy month for me, I wasn't able to do my reading vlogs, and I will try to do that again for this month. We'll see if I decide to continue that for the rest of the year. I might not, but with us being, you know, almost done with the year, which is really weird. We're at September already. We only have 4 months left for this year. Like, where did time go? Anyway, so I might do it, I might not do it, we'll see, but I will try to do it this month and see from there how we're gonna do it, because, you know, plans and stuff. I have plans and stuff for the next few months, sort of. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the short, really quick, and not so full of content video. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.